Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Cab Fit. So it's been a while since we've had one of these, and this is a bit of a special episode. Today I wanted to talk about beauty. This is prompted by a couple of discussions I've had with people on Discord and social media, where they've been very flattering and have commented on the fact that I am actually a quadragenarian, I guess, 4 years old, so as of last year, and just that I'm, remarkably well preserved, which generally sounds like something we'd hear regarding a mummy, but I'll take it anyways. I'll take what I can get. Jupiter, behave yourself. We have a special guest, Jupiter, today, who's joining us for our beauty discussion. He's probably gonna knock something over or do something very damaging in a second. Anyways, here, you wanna say hi, Jupiter? Come say hi. Come say hi to everybody. Hello, YouTube. This is Jupiter. Yes, his head's almost as big as mine. Okay, moving on, back to beauty. So yeah, I turned 40 last year, and I don't have really a line on my face to speak of. No deep set wrinkles, pretty good even skin clarity and texture. And yeah, I don't do anything particularly fancy. No Botox, no fillers, no plastic surgery, nothing, nor will I. That's kind of against my whole ethos. My body is my temple, and also I think aging is a really beautiful process. Like it's inevitable. It's part of life and death, and one day I will grow old and become as dust to the earth, give my energy back to the earth. And I think that's a really beautiful process. And there's people who age gracefully, such as Eileen Kramer, who's 104 years old and still dancing her little pants off in Australia. And Jane Fonda is another good example. And then of course, you can look in Hollywood and find any number of examples of people who are not aging so well or who are resisting this process. So I think my first tip then is going to be accept that you are going to grow old. Accept it, embrace it, and look for ways to just minimize the environmental rigors of aging while accepting that it's happening. I'm letting my gray hair grow in. I'm letting these things happen. And yes, for those of you that haven't experienced it yet, you begin to go gray everywhere. So it's a total body process. So buckle up for that treat. And yeah, so that's my first thing is just accept that it's happening. And I think my second tip would be, self-care and a holistic health and beauty. It starts from within. So it starts from all the other things in your life that you do. So exercise, nutrition, hydration, these are cornerstones of my life, and it's a cascading effect. So by taking care of myself in this regard, beauty begins to manifest itself, like the quality of everyone. Your body functions better. Therefore, you have better cellular turnover. I used to have really, really terrible acne actually when I was young, and it was only through diet and nutrition. I tried the gambit, I tried Accutane, I tried all of the things that you're supposed to try. It was only when I really started taking care of what I put into my body that I saw a noticeable shift in my skin quality and texture and moisture and plumpness and all those things, the collagen that everyone's always, looking for as they get older. Give me collagen. So just everything sort of improved when I started taking care of myself. So that'd be my second tip. So, if you want to look young and look good, then you have to start with what you're doing to yourself in terms of nutrition and exercise and holistic practice. Mindfulness as well too. Stress will age you really, really fast. And we're all gonna have stress, but it's a matter of coping with it. What is up, little guy? Yes, you stressed out right now? Sorry, Jupiter's got something to say right now. So that would be my next tip. And then of course, let's get to the actual skincare regime. So there's a couple things that I do. Let's take a look here. So for my body, I use amlactin. All right, so you get out of the shower, usually with a loofah or something like that. I'll use amlactin. It's got a little bit of, not alpha hydroxy, it is alpha hydroxy, yeah. I thought it was lactic acid or alpha hydroxy acid. So just helps you get all that dead stuff off your body, keeps your skin looking fresh. It's actually really good for tattoos too, so it keeps the tattoo color coming in quite bold and crisp. This tattoo is actually about 3 or 4 years old now, so it's so 2.5 years old and hasn't really faded at all. I also stay out of the sun. That's another thing too. If you do go out in the sun, slather yourself up in sunscreen because the sun will age you pretty quick too. So there's that. That's for my body. That's really all I do. I just, a nice non-sulfide based gentle body wash, and then I put on some amlactin. That's once a day. For my face, now I've tried the gambit for my face. So I mean, again, I'm getting on in years. You always try different things as you get older. I was prescribed some Zoe Skin Health Retinol. This was a couple years ago. Didn't really work. Retinol is one of the few molecules that can actually penetrate your skin deep enough to affect it from a topical treatment, but it just didn't work for me. So it was really aggressive. Threw off the natural pH and oil balance of my face. Don't recommend it for people that have sensitive or very particular skin. So I have a cat here on my lip there. There we go. Thanks, Jupiter. I've also tried some of the more expensive things too, like this is Creme VIPO2 from Biologique Recherche, whatever. This was hugely expensive and mostly useless. Caused me to break out in a horrible rash and did not take well to that. I've also used Hermetis, which is another one. It's got gold dust in it. So I was given a sample of this and then hoodwinked by a salesperson at a mall kiosk. So again, not really my thing. The lesson here is that it doesn't have to be super expensive to work. Trust me, like some of these more expensive creams are far less efficient than the more simple things that I've used, such as Neostrata. I'll get that right up there. So this is actually pretty low cost too, and it's low cost. It's a good way to start with any kind of glycolic treatment. That's really the secret to my regime. Is I just keep, stripping away the layers within reason. But I've been using exfoliants probably for about 20 years. And depending on what kind of exfoliant you're using, if it's a lactic acid or a glycolic acid, you're gonna have to build up a tolerance to it because your face isn't used to sort of something being stripped away. But that is what I have found in my personal, journey to be the most effective anti-aging treatment. There's going to be just a topical acid treatment on a regular basis. That's it. That's all you really need. I'll do sometimes I'll do an apricot scrub or something, but I'm not really hugely aggressive on my face. I just let its natural oils sort of to take control and moisturize, and just let lactic acid do its work during the day. In the nighttime, I usually use an intensive moisturizer because it's a good time to just sort of let your skin soak in all the moisture and repair itself, because everything repairs at night while you're sleeping, assuming you're getting a good sleep cycle. So for that, I actually use Neostrata again. They have a really high intensity, I don't know if you can see that. It's Neostrata dermal replenishment. So any kind of really decent, non-comedogenic, so you don't want it to clog your pores, non-comedogenic, non-aggressive moisturizer in the evening. That's it. That's all I do. Less is more with these things. So, and yeah, for those of you asking, there's no big secret. I do also do a little bit of face yoga. That's also quite efficient. So your face yoga, your basic chewing exercises and your little blowfish exercises and all those little weird things that you don't do in front of people that I just did in front of you. So I do some of that too, and you can look that up online. So it's facial exercise or face yoga. That's also a really great way to sort of keep everything tight and firm without having to resort to surgery. I don't think that's an avenue that is healthy to pursue, and it's also it is really a slippery slope. Like once people start with the fillers and the plastic surgery, they don't stop. It's not something that you step away from. It's something that escalates. And again, my whole goal, if I can be 50 years old and look like I'm 35 and still be spry and active, that's the other thing too. It's about the quality of life and the quality of beauty. Do you still feel healthy, and do you still feel glowing, and do you still feel all those things? So it's about the quality with me, and that's what I pursue. So I hope you found this little discussion revealing and maybe even entertaining. And I think we're gonna sign off because you're being a baby. You're being a little baby. So it's time to say goodbye, okay? Say goodbye to YouTube, and yeah, be kind to each other, and we'll see you guys again soon, okay?